Yeah, well, if you could just say something erotic, please, James.
Are we recording now?
Yeah.
I nearly said something erotic. That's not what I said before. What did I even say?
I wanted to say something erotic.
I wanted to say something erotic, but she slammed the door right in my face.
Better than slamming it somewhere else, though, eh?
Yeah. Now my grandma won't talk to me. It's alright, she's dead.
Moving on swiftly, welcome to Stuff Sucks. I'm Jan.
I'm Al.
Spoon.
I'm Jim.
Oh dear.
Yeah, wow. Just a great place to start from this week.
Darkness.
Do you know what sucks? We just spent the last 15 minutes recording an episode of Stuff Sucks without having pressed record. That's on me. I pressed stop instead.
Yep, so that sucks.
It was the best show we've ever done.
It was really
basically, we said, what did we say?
We disagreed strongly with Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah, we did. Don't like that guy.
No.
Bit of an arsehole.
He's
funny,
entertaining, but he's a douche.
I said this before. He's entertaining because I think he's lying about being a douche, but then we read, or I read and hear things in the press about him being actually a douche, and that makes it worse.
Plus, specifically, he said something recently very bad about the Mexicans as a race, which is like... They usually, they take the piss out of people, and the French and the British and whatever, but they said some particularly hairy shit about Mexico, which was a little bit weak.
Yeah. I don't like Top Gear in general.
That's the thing that annoys me about Top Gear as well, is like I would quite enjoy Top Gear when it was them having banter. When they realised that's what people liked and they started scripting the banter more, it got really bad.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh man, like the things. Yeah, oh, it's really funny, like messing about with each other or whatever. That stuff was funny, but yeah, just I don't know, like let's buy some stuff, let's damage all of each other's stuff, let's have a laugh about that. It's like, oh,
It's become a little bit dull.
Yeah.
And it's the biggest show on earth, like BBC's biggest show. It's like sent out to like more countries than there are on
countries.
Earth. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
Sometimes they just shoot off episodes of Top Gear into space and hope that they hit.
Ooh, Alpha Centauri should be getting Twilight Zone and shit by now. I think they've got TV from the 60s or 70s by now.
In Alpha Centauri.
In Alpha Centauri.
Isn't that all going to stop now that we've
not do analog no more?
I don't know, actually. That's a good question.
They will be gutted.
Fuck
yeah,
because TV's just going to stop like around 2011, 2012. Though, what the fuck's all the TV from Earth gone?
Shit, that world must have died.
What's happened on there?
Maybe that'll prompt them to come and visit us.
Okay.
No, we have not come for your resources. We have come for your TV.
I demand the resolution of Ally McBeal.
Single female lawyer fighting for her client, wearing sexy miniskirts and being self-reliant.
What happened in Lost? I don't understand.
I reckon they'd be pretty pleased though, because really stepped up the game in terms of the prolonged dramas on television recently.
That's true, but what if they get like halfway through The Wire and The Sopranos?
And TV just ends.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll be there. They'll be.
That stuff's made it. That stuff's made it surely. Because when did analog get switched off? It was only like.
I was thinking.
It's only like 5 years ago.
They might have missed like the last series of The Sopranos then.
They might have got the first series of Game of Thrones.
Oh,
that would suck.
Yeah.
Well, they might see, spoiler alert, Ned get his head chopped off and think that's the end.
Well,
that was pretty.
To be fair, they could do that for a lot of stuff. Like that's how I kind of worry about him ending it. It's like really, it's not going to feel like an end. It's just like it's going to feel like you just stopped.
Ilan Payne swings his sword to execute the last man alive, brings it round in a full 360 arc to get his own head as well. Credits roll. Excellent.
Yeah. So what else has sucked this week?
England got almost knocked out of the World Cup.
Yeah, they almost certainly will not continue on to the knockout stages.
With the World Cup of football.
Soccer World Cup.
Brazil 2014. FIFA World Cup.
The team has never lost their first 2 games and gone on to qualify.
Really?
Wow. That's
It is
a good
mathematically
factor.
possible,
It is
though, isn't
mathematically
it?
possible.
If Italy smash Uruguay
And Croatia.
and Costa Rica,
Costa Rica.
It's more important that they
smash Costa Rica.
I guess.
Yeah, and
Actually,
then
No, they've got to beat them both, haven't they? They've got to smash both of them, and then we've got to beat Costa Rica by more than Costa Rica beat Uruguay, and more than Uruguay beat us by, I guess.
And well, there's other things like how much they lost by to Italy as well would affect that.
Yeah. Well,
That's a very complicated way of talking about goal difference.
yeah, that sucks.
But yeah, we're going to win the World Cup, right? Right?
In 2078 or 2082, that's my prediction. I'm not entirely sure yet.
I support South Korea. So
Well,
That's still in it.
we drew our first match, and that's the only match we've played. So, boom.
never mind. Yeah, it's kind of rubbish. We've not been playing great.
It's been quite a few big teams been the same. Brazil, they've not done awfully, but they've not done anywhere near as spectacularly as people expect Brazil to do. Spain are out, aren't they?
Yeah, Spain are out.
Spain are out.
That's
They
pretty
won the
crazy.
last one.
Yeah, they won the last 2 international tournaments going for them.
Shit, yeah.
They won the Euro as well.
Yeah.
They won the Euro. They've won the last 3 international tournaments
Euro,
because
World
they
Cup,
won
Euro.
the Euro either side of the World Cup.
Wow.
Well,
Not many teams have done that.
Yeah.
how are France doing?
They're doing pretty well,
they've,
actually.
they've won the one game they've played.
Because they went out
But it
pretty
was
sharpish
against
last time, didn't
Andrea.
they?
They've had problems for a couple of, well, for a few years. Like drama problems, haven't they?
Yeah, the last World Cup there was some sort of rebellion led by Nicolas Anelka against their manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
He's never allowed to play for France again.
Wow.
Excellent.
It's just not done, though, is it? No sense of decorum.
It's quite interesting that Spain have gone out of the World Cup because they're actually the 5th team to win the previous World Cup and then get knocked out at the first stage.
I wonder if
And
there's
there's only been about 20 World Cups, kind of thing. You'd expect it to be completely different.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that there's a bit of a giant killer situation that
Yeah.
occurs with that. It's like everyone knows they are going to have to play their fucking hearts out against them.
Mm.
And it's
Yeah.
like eras do just come to an end as well. Like they were never going to drop the players who'd won them all these competitions. And
Yeah, and
like,
for a
if the matter is
sportsman,
they're all 30.
yeah, for a sportsman, 2 years is a long time between competitions. So
They said in some of the analysis stuff about them as well that it's like, I don't know, they just, the thing that made them great before, the passing, has now become a bit of a problem for them, that they're not jumping in for the attack the way they should be. They kind of pass it too much to try and get that perfect position, and by then the defensive lines are back and it
Wait,
just
also
gets
the
overly
French.
complicated.
Oh,
Spain.
Right, sorry.
The other thing is people just know how to play against it as well. And you've seen that in the Champions League over the past 2 seasons.
But do you think that seems like that shouldn't be possible? You know what I mean? To learn to play against that, but I suppose you do. You just do, don't you?
Yeah. I guess it's possible to an extent because you learn. Well, their idea is they defend by keeping the ball, so you learn how to play without the ball, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's
It's all about positioning and stuff, isn't it?
and just setting yourself up for quick counter-attacks so you can make the most of when you do have the ball is probably a better way to explain it.
Right, yeah.
That was kind of annoying me yesterday with England, that we set up such a defensive team. Really, I mean, I know, don't get me wrong, we've got like those guys up front, but you know, 4 defenders, 2 guys playing a bit of a defensive midfield, just a big kind of defensive thing. But you've still got like Sturridge and the front guys having to get back to help defend, and you're like, if you're that fucking defensive, why are they having to do all of that fucking running? Like, it just seems, I don't know. We're not playing our own tactics well.
I wouldn't have really said that it is that defensive a team though, because the 2 midfielders they have in a defensive role are fairly attacking players.
They
Like
are, but
Steven
they're proper
Gerrard
locked back there. Like,
for back players
Gerrard
kind of plays the same way Pirlo does. He's like a quarterback.
the problem with Arsenal is
Controlling
they
it and
always
running
try and
everywhere.
walk the ball in.
Yeah.
I've heard that. Arsenal
I think we've-
walk ball.
I think this conversation's just gone on too long.
Yeah.
Does that suck?
there's a lot of football talk at the moment, and I have almost nothing to contribute to it.
I've got something that sucks. I can't talk about the detail of it, but I'm going to talk sort of about it.
Really vague specifics.
Yeah, a friend works for quite a big organisation.
Okay.
They sell products.
Yeah.
They're not sponsors of the World Cup.
Okay.
And the staff at this place were given memos saying they're not allowed to mention to their customers, like a whole massive list of words, like Brazil World Cup, you're not allowed to mention that. You're not allowed to mention World Cup FIFA. You're not allowed to mention Brazil 2014. You're not allowed to say World Cup 2014 because they're not sponsors. They don't want to risk suggesting affiliation or something.
The people I work for don't sponsor the World Cup, and I'm allowed to talk to our clients about the World Cup if I see fit.
Of course, that's just the thing. It's
because you're a human being.
Yeah,
right. God damn it!
It strikes me as very much out of order.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
that does suck.
I thought it would be okay to say, look, that I know we operate dress down days occasionally or whatever. We are saying you're not allowed to wear football shirts for it. I would understand perhaps doing that, because that's perhaps creating too much of a visual association of having people within the workplace. That would be fair enough. But to ban phrases, I said to my friend, it's like, what happens if you booked a holiday to Brazil at the end of the year? You'd be there saying, oh, I'm really excited on the holiday. They'd be like, oh, where are you going? I'm not allowed to use that word.
You say Brazil, the attack team comes out and cuts your nuts off.
It's a South American country, and that's all I can say.
Everything's getting a bit like, I read an article about like graduates going for degrees and they have to hand over all their social media passwords to some companies.
What?
Yeah, they've got to be like, you got to give them your Twitter account, Facebook, Instagram, everything. Otherwise they'll just like, you won't even get the interview.
Wow,
that's pretty fucking dark.
That is dark.
And that's future stuff. Everyone's getting that. Everyone. As soon as it'd be McDonald's, it'd be like that. You've got to give them all your stuff, otherwise.
All my stuff.
Yeah, otherwise you can't shovel fries.
Oh, I thought you meant to eat there.
Yes,
to get food.
I'm sorry, you're not the kind of person we want to sell McDonald's to. That would be awful, getting judged by
the staff of McDonald's. Yeah, for the right to eat their processed foods.
It'd be more actually Ronald judging you.
Ronald himself. Oh dear.
Do you know what sucks? The new automatic sperm extraction machine that they've invented in China.
Right. It totally
does suck.
Dear, that sounds like it sucks.
Yeah, it's like an automatic sperm extracting machine in the hospital. It doesn't even look like it's in like a booth room or anything. It just looked like it was in the fucking corridor. It's just over there. All right.
I've not heard of this, but the fact that you say it's automatic suggests in my mind that it creeps up on people and steals their sperm.
No. Well, I mean, it could have an option for that. I don't know. It looked sedentary at the time, but that doesn't mean legs couldn't pop out of it.
Kind of stealth mode.
Yeah, it's just like a little booth. I suppose it's sort of similar size to a traffic bollard or something, and it's got a rubbery hole in the front and a load of buttons on the top, and you presume you walk up, put your junk in there, and press a button, and off it goes. I don't really, you know what I mean? It's like,
I'm interested in the extraction process and whether this will be primarily sold as a hospital tool or as a sex toy.
Oh, I definitely think there's a market for both.
You know what I think's sad? Like you say, it's like a bollard, so it goes up to about like waist height-ish. Well, that's just kind of sad. You're just standing there looking around. If it came up to like head height, you could like hug it or something.
That could be how you get it to work. Are you ready? Hug. I don't know if an arm comes out to massage the prostate, but
surely version 2.
Yeah, they're working on it.
Yeah, but that's pretty weird. And I just think it's terrible, all these automated machines, getting rid of the human touch. You know what I mean? People have lost jobs because of this. You know,
all those
classics.
wankers.
Yeah, all those wankers.
Yeah.
There'll be like a panorama report on it soon. There's millions of professional wankers around the world being put out of their jobs by the automatic sperm sucker.
Why isn't Chris Morris still going?
Because
that's the brilliant brand.
No, because all his wildest fantasies, the craziest shit he could come up with in the 90s and early 2000s,
have happened.
All happened.
Yeah.
The world is much weirder than even he predicted.
I'm sick of predicting the future.
Yeah.
By abstract comedy.
And he just predicted endless horrors, and now we have them, and it's like normal.
We do, but like the day-to-day, the production of day-to-day, like not the content, the production of it. That is how they fucking format the news to us.
Yeah.
It's like, but the thing I always think about that is, the people who are in charge of it now were probably fans of it then. They will have been like maybe students and at uni and watched it and thought it was hilarious, and then they ended up in these jobs and went, yeah, we can totally get away with this.
That's weird.
Well, they said in an interview at the time when they made it, they went to like the graphics design people that actual news shows use and said, we want to do this. And so they made them a load of mock-ups. They went, can you do it like just more ridiculous and extreme? And apparently the design companies were like, yes, we can. This is what we've been dreaming of doing. No one wants to go this far.
But now they have their way.
Indeed.
What the fuck? Crazy.
To illustrate, actually, if you've not seen, say, Brass Eye or The Day Today, like news shows, the kind of, in fact, the kind of stuff that you get these days on, say, Fox News, with lots of like flipping infographics and just presenters flying across the screen and
stupid stories with non-relevant headlines scrolling across the bottom on the ticker tape.
Yeah.
That kind of shit. Too many images on the screen at once. No real emphasis of focus.
all style, no content.
Oh, have we talked about Ant-Man? I've not been here for 2 weeks.
I don't think we did. That really, that was a little while ago now.
It still sucks.
It definitely sucks. Edgar Wright, who'd been working on Ant-Man
For 8 years.
Yeah, who even in fact, you could argue, jump-started the whole of the Marvel film universe. He was working on that before they even did Iron Man. And he sort of got fired or quit, no one's sure.
Yeah, they had creative differences or something.
Yeah.
That's the party line. And it's amicable, in air quotes.
Oh shit!
Yeah, but I was really excited that Edgar Wright was doing it. I think he's got the perfect touch for a film like that. He'll get the action down, he'll get the comedy down. It'll be good. But no, he's not doing it anymore. And instead of having the script that him and Joe Cornish made and him directing it, they got Adam McKay, who wrote Anchorman, who is about as deft as a shovel to the face. And then we've got the person who directed Bring It On, directing it. He's done some other stuff as well, but that's the one that sticks in my mind for being not the style in which I want them to make my comic book dreams come
What's the
true.
one that sticks in your mind about the style that you would like him to make it? Presumably picking
He's
the
done a
film that
few
a
other
director's
films.
done that he doesn't...
No,
that's in
the
a-
other films are crap too, but that's the bottom of the barrel.
He got.
Yeah, we don't pick the bottom of the barrel.
Well, that's the only one I can remember.
Well, what's the top of the barrel?
Yeah, it's the only one you can remember, so bring it on.
Should we keep going around in circles?
Oh, bring it on.
Yes, please.
I
A couple
hear,
more times.
I heard on the Pop Tarts podcast that he got the gig because he wrote a really awesome 60s set Fantastic Four script.
Okay, well, I've not
That's
read
kind of
that.
cool.
But as a fan of the entertainment industry, I reserve the right to completely prejudge everything that they do and claim that my opinion of things is more valid than theirs.
Yeah, we're not messing with our shit, they're messing with our shit.
Exactly, yeah. They're my dreams that you're sticking your grubby little fingers in.
Get it right, Hollywood. If I get it right, DC, what are you guys doing? Though, the comic's kind of cool at the moment. I know it's a thing I like, but Lex Luthor's in the Justice League now and he's awesome. He pulled a bit of kryptonite out of Superman's brain.
Did Superman know it was there?
Well, he was sort of dying, I guess.
Right, does Superman have healing abilities?
Well, yeah.
Does he?
He doesn't like heal super quick, but you know, even to like cut one of his eyelashes, he'd probably go do some serious shit.
He has to sit in a dark room and completely get rid of all the sunlight he's absorbed, and then and only then can he shave.
I mean, after somebody has gone to the extreme lengths to injure him, will that injury heal faster than normal?
Yes, he'll heal faster than a normal human.
Yeah, but not super fast.
So
Fucked for
a
bit.
shard of fucking kryptonite in the brain, he ain't gonna heal up that quick from.
Up. It's like he'd done surgery or whatever, and then like 5 minutes later, like he's awake again, and Lex is all, I just pulled this out of your brain. So like, he pulls it together pretty quick.
Well, they're like getting on. I know, like Forever Evil made everyone get on because there were more bad people.
Well, he's in Justice League now. I reckon he's going to start leading Justice League, which is cool. But Superman still, it's fucking Lex Luthor, guys.
Yeah.
We're just letting him on the ship, geeking out a little bit. Oh, you know what else sucks?
What?
Long pauses.
They do. Yeah.
Tumbleweeds.
Well, tumbleweeds.
The lack of tumbleweeds sucks. I wish we had tumbleweeds. The modern tumbleweed's okay, like a Coke can rolling in the wind.
Yeah.
That's like
that.
the modern tumbleweed. Okay.
I'm sure there are still places in the world where they have tumbleweeds.
Yeah, but it'd be nice just at those moments where you think it's totally deserted for one to roll past.
When we're in charge of the country, I'll make you head of
I
the
fucking want that job.
Ministry of Tumbleweed.
I don't want that job.
Well, you just be head. So
Okay.
you'll say, I want the tumbleweeds here, and the people beneath you will have to make it so.
Yeah, I could do that job. What's it pay?
I don't care.
Cool.
Are you going to give everyone an owl?
I'm gonna give myself a really good paycheck.
David Milliband's going to give everyone an owl.
Is he?
You hear about this?
No.
I don't think this is true though.
No, it's true. Like,
He did not say he wants to give everyone an
On
owl.
Twitter.
If he did, he deserves to get fucking slapped.
right, on Twitter this week, it said every person in this country should have an owl. I'm phrasing it wrong.
It's quite important.
But it's literally, I was on their Twitter, it's like, yeah, you're going to get an owl, paraphrasing, and everyone was like, oh, cool, and it blew up. Then a day later, like, oh no, a bot went mad. But I think David Milliband he just had
Ed.
enough. Ed Milliband.
Or David, his brother, had had it.
God.
Like,
I
right.
could really ruin your reputation by promising everyone an owl.
Oh, where am I going to get that many owls? Oh.
There's that guy in America, Vermin Supreme, and he promised everyone a donkey or a horse.
Yeah.
He wears a Wellington boot on his head.
Yeah.
Wasn't he accompanied by Joseph Gordon-Levitt on his strap?
Yeah.
He sprinkled magic dust on
On a rival opponent and said that he was going to turn him gay.
Yeah.
Turning gay, ooh, turning gay.
That's the one.
Yeah. And all the ungays melting away. Sorry, actually, we're going to post a link to that. You must have seen that.
Yeah, I've
it's
seen
the
it.
I've seen the news, guys.
I watch that like once a week.
That's good. I'd vote for Labour if I get an owl.
Fuck yeah. But
Those are
they've-
policies I can get behind.
they've
I think that
backtracked.
sucks. But okay.
They've backtracked on it already. He's already said no owls.
No owls, not even backtrack to like
Yeah.
half of you.
Is he going to take
One for
owls
every
off
household.
people?
Oh my god! Right, that's it. That's all he needs to do to bury him.
I will
He's pissed-
definitely not vote for Labour if
He's
they
pissed-
get rid of the owls.
He's pissed off the entire of Liverpool, possibly Merseyside, by holding up a copy of The Sun, which is to do with something so complicated I can't get into it. But he's pissed off a lot of people. Now he's telling people he's getting rid of all the owls.
It's not that complicated.
Ah, right, there was the Hillsborough disaster, which was a massive football disaster in the 80s, and it was awful. 96 people died. And at the time, a newspaper called The Sun, which is owned by the Rupert Murdoch, kind of came out and said, oh, it was all their fault. So everybody in Liverpool, which is where the stadium was, hates them.
No, the stadium was in
forever.
Sheffield. But
It was
they
in
were Liverpool
Sheffield.
fans.
Yeah, it was the Liverpool stand. It was the stand that the Liverpool fans were in, and they said stuff like, oh, they were really drunk and like rowdy and all of that, and it's like little kids died and stuff, man. Like it's like you can't just go like, oh, right. It was just really fucking bad. And
Yeah. And as
they
much as the
fucking
disaster
remember.
itself sucked, like the fact that it seems to have been covered up by the police and people did a lot of things to make sure that ambulance services couldn't get to the ground, and then in the media it was depicted as being all scumbag Liverpool's fault.
Yeah, Margaret Thatcher might have been behind some of the cover-up stuff, which came out last year, I think, and she conveniently died before she could get poked about it. And Yeah, that's a big fuck up. And the Sun is hated because of that, the newspaper. And Ed Milliband was shown holding up a copy of the Sun that was sent out free to everybody in Britain, kind of like some mad-ass propaganda, for the World Cup. And he's there holding it up, smiling with his awkward little grommety smile. And he got lit up on the internet about it.
Yeah, that was dumb.
The other two major parties, their leaders also posed with the newspaper.
You're kidding.
Yeah, they did. It was at the same time.
Well, that sucks as well. We all just launched an attack on Mr. Milliband, but everyone's done the same thing.
But he's...
The Green Party didn't. It was just those three.
Yeah, but isn't there like a bigger Labour
Yeah,
deal
no, that's
in
why they
Liverpool
were
now?
so offended that it was...
Okay.
Or the people of Liverpool just went, we thought better of you.
We expect it from Toss Park Cameron, but...
Oh, his lovely plate face.
Giant moon face. I did love those Twitter response things to David Cameron. And we may have talked about this before, but I don't care, I'm going to say it again. The one that said he tweeted, oh, the economy is increased by such and such a percent or whatever, and somebody just went, what percentage increases have been on your forehead? Quality.
I did see a good one merging in with moon emoji. Looked real good.
I like those one. I think Mock the Week did it when they first got elected. Well, the different quotations for the giant billboards of his face. They put all those billboards up of his face with like, oh, I won't cut NHS spending or whatever. Whatever bollock lie they wanted to put on, but they put what alternative captions on there. I think the best one was, "This is my cum face." This sucks a little bit. Whenever I go round to my friend's house, Jim, we'll chill, watch films, whatever. I very rarely go for a week. Most of the time I'm there, but I don't go for a week.
I would agree. I do the same.
I normally will go for a week when I get up to leave or whatever. I will go for a week. I didn't do this last night, and I went and cycled home. It's really rubbish cycling with a full bladder. It sucks. There's such huge unpopularity of beards in Poland.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. I told you that when I met a Polish gentleman and got incredibly drunk with him on the streets because he was locked out of his house, which, you know, sounds a bit like I'm a bum. I'm not. I was very drunk and I was walking home. He was caught out in the rain, so I shared my umbrella with him for a bit, and we got chatting as best we could given the language problems. I had booze, he had booze. Why the hell not? So we got drunk, but he was saying, yeah man, it's like enough to get started on. Like,
to have a beard?
Yeah, not like just like, oh, they just come and jump you or whatever, but like if you were in a bar or something in Poland, he was like, yeah, like, you know, you'd have, you know, obviously the bigger knobheads of that, but they just like knock into you deliberately, like, because you've got a beard. Like, they really don't like it. It's something to do with, like, I don't know, like,
you should go in with like a big bushy Brian Blessed beard and a comb and just like sit at the bar making eye contact with all the scariest motherfuckers there and combing your beard.
yeah, like, you got a problem with it. That's what the guy said. Like, this is what that Polish guy said. He was like, yeah, like, they really just don't like him.
Once again, we just have time for a quick thing that people think sucks. I think it sucks when you put an entire tomato in your mouth and try and eat it. Because I don't like tomatoes.
Right. Well, presumably just a little bit of tomato in your mouth and try and eat it. Would
But
be
especially if you put like a whole big tomato in and then you bite down on it and it's all like, I've eaten a giant eyeball.
My uncle once, as a child, my mother told me this, when they were both kids, tried to put a whole tomato in his mouth and it proper got stuck and like jammed, and then he like gagged and snorted, and like the asparagus or something that he'd been eating just came totally out of his nose.
Oh, that's good. That doesn't suck about it.
It's up for him.
But yeah, in general, tomatoes and eating an entire one in one deft bite.
Something that sucks. Actually, no, I quite like it.
Well,
It kind of
say
sucks.
that then.
I'm going to say it anyway. You ever seen the film Ghost?
Yes.
The bit after his shithead best friend gets killed by the broken glass. and then his hand drops, and as the glass kind of cuts into that bit in between his thumb and the rest of his hand, it kind of goes. I hated that for years, but I watched it the other day and I was like, that's kind of cool.
Fair enough.
What was I doing watching Ghost? I like Whoopi Goldberg and romance. I weirdly have a lot of time for Swayze before he died. What? No, I mean, it's,
now that he's dead, I just...
Roadhouse,
He's not
man.
dead.
Fucking Roadhouse, man.
He's in the 2 best good bad films. You see what I mean?
Yeah, Roadhouse and Point Break.
Oh, Point Break.
Point Break is amazing.
That,
It's so terrible.
And he pulls a good performance in Donnie Darko. A legitimately good performance.
Mm-hmm.
When people look at you like you're a weirdo for being nice.
It does suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you open the door for someone, instead of saying thank you, they just go...
But like, aren't you weird for being polite?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's annoying. I picked up some rubbish in a shop. Some little kid had left on the seat next to me, and I was going up to the till to buy something anyway, so I picked it up and went and said, somebody left some rubbish. And they looked at me like I was a fucking fruitcake. I was like, yeah, alright, I had a fucking impressive beard at the time, but that doesn't mean I'm a bum or a weirdo.
Depends, did he say it like this?
Somebody left some rubbish.
It does happen like that sometimes, but I don't think, on this occasion, I think I boldly said, somebody's left some rubbish, have you got a bin?
Yeah.
And she just, like, took it off me really slowly and looked at her colleagues and looked at me again, but all with that kind of, you're a bit of an oddity.
You should have said, I'm robbing the joint and gone for your gun.
I was, like, more tempted to just, you know, verbally lash out, but I restrained myself because I'm not that sort of individual, and I just thought, just give me my trainers.
That's right.
Like, you know.
Manners cost nothing, people.
Yeah, man, it just saved you a bit of a job, you know what I mean? Made your shop look tidier. Fucking dickhead. Sorry.
Philip Schofield.
Yeah, I Philip Schofield.
It's a smug cunt.
That's it for Stuff Sucks. We will see you all again next week. I'm Jan.
I'm Alf.
I'm Spoon.
I'm Jim.
And goodbye.
Bye. Boo.
Things we like at hotmail.com.
Fuck off.
Twitter.
Oh,